bracket match, one of the final losers round 1 matches, which is just getting started here. I'll talk over a little bit, just kind of explain the tournament a little bit here. Most of losers round 1 is already done. This is the final of 2 matches. 2B BostonBrew on the left side and BiggyLee on the right side, seated relatively close together. I'm expecting a nice race here, especially BostonBrew is one of the old school boys. BiggyLee also been around to the community for quite a while as well. Both experienced runners. Should be a nice sight to see as we go through here. I'm solo common today. I'm GC Forever. You see my name up at the top. I'm also Adam, if you prefer, or whatever else you want to call me. Listen, I don't judge. So we get the fun of Area 1 right away. We get to see the little, kind of minute differences between the runners, how they handle the different ghosts here. It's all movement, all optimization. There's no RNG, no anything really getting in our way. So if one person is ahead of the other, clearly they are a better Luigi's Mansion runner. That is the clear, definitive thing. Area 1 is all that matters. That's not true. None of what I said is true. But it is all skill. There is no RNG, so it's kind of cool to see how fast some people can take Area 1 here. Both runners right now pretty even. BostonBrew and BiggyLee each not missing a ghost yet. But we'll see what happens as we come to this double. Actually, as if I called it, the commentator's cursed man himself, BostonBrew does miss a double. Not a big deal. In the grand scheme of racing, he can easily recover from that. But we'll be a couple seconds behind BiggyLee because of that. BiggyLee actually did lose a tiny bit of time there because he didn't open the left cabinet before that right ghost spawned. So he couldn't immediately turn to set the next cycle for the double on that ghost because of all because of the little cabinet. And then slipping on a banana kind of puts him in a bad position too here, to where BostonBrew really caught up from missing the double. And now we're just getting keys. We're tied again. Although the key is really fighting Boston here. That key sometimes just does not like to work with the vacuum. It's not a nice key. Just the physics of it is real awkward to manipulate. A lot of people, the new strat is to kind of like fling the key over to the door a little bit or into Luigi to get as close to the door as possible. It's not easy. In my opinion, probably one of the hardest parts of Area 1 to do optimally. It is not nice. But here you see our first of many portrait ghosts. This guy is Neville, politely reading a book, and Luigi just interrupts his day. Interesting, you'll see BiggyLee on the bottom left, which was kind of the older strat, and BostonBrew on the top left. It's a little bit harder to suck up this ghost on the top left, but do it correctly, suck up the HP, and you can actually get more optimally like in front of the chest after the suck up animation. It's a wee bit faster, but some people still prefer the bottom left for Neville. Another portrait ghost. This one's pretty simple. But BostonBrew's actually really getting dragged around. Could not get her in the corner. You want to try and, it's a lot easier to get a portrait ghost from the corner of the room. There's a lot less pull. You kind of have like Luigi supported as you're pulling. It's kind of weird to explain, but corners are the safe space for Luigi. And just at that Area 1 already almost up. We got our Chauncey boss fight. You hit him in the face with a ball. He gets pissed. Since he went through a cage, you hit him in the face with a ball again. He's still pissed. It's great. Good times. BiggyLee maintaining just a slight lead here over BostonBrew, though. And BostonBrew taking pictures of Chauncey and letting him know what's up. So Chauncey fight will only be done in one cycle, or one cycle. It will not be done in one cycle. Listen to me, experienced commentator extraordinaire GC Forever, taking the microphone, giving misinformation to the masses. This cannot be done in one cycle, at least to our knowledge, based on Chauncey's timer. People have used task tools to try and do it. No such luck. So the goal here is to do this first cycle, catch the ball instantly, and throw it directly at Chauncey. BiggyLee taking a very wide approach to that, actually. Kind of interesting. Keep above 50 HP. BostonBrew actually goes below 50 HP, so you'll kind of see what happens here between the two. BiggyLee will be on the right side here when the rocking horses spawn, but it's a different rocking horse cycle when you get Chauncey below 50 HP. And you'll see it loses just a little bit of time here too, because there is an extra rocking horse cycle, albeit they do come a little faster, so it's not too bad. It is kind of like a damn, wish that didn't happen type of moment, but we get through those. Instant ball catch as well. They both took damage and used the iframes to instantly catch the ball to hit Chauncey in the face, and they're moving on to area 2. Just kind of wipe that one off and away and let it be done with. They'll move on to the next one here. Area 2 is really where things start to kind of kick up anyways. So a 4 or 5 second difference is not too big of a deal, moving out of area 1. A lot of RNG itself can kind of fix that difference between the two. Kind of checking the bracket here. So BostonBrew is seeded 20th in this tournament, and BiggyLee is seeded 26th. So BiggyLee is the quote-unquote underdog of the match here. However, if we go to speedrun.com real quick, we'll check their actual PBs, because I think it's a lot closer than what their seeds make. BostonBrew has a 1 hour and 24 second PB, and BiggyLee has a 1:03. So it is a little bit of a difference, actually. But races can be extra mean in this game. You make a mistake, it can cost you. It can cost you some time. Well, like I said, now we move on to area 2. This little thorn door goes away, gets out of our way. And not the most interesting part in the beginning. It's a lot of walking, but we're going to be coming up to one of my favorite rooms shortly here. A lot harder optimization to, specific doubles and things like this. Here he shakes off the double. Uh-oh. Sad things are happening. And BostonBrew, just like that, will take the lead again. I can't believe BiggyLee got grabbed twice there. Didn't shake off quite fast enough, or flashlight fast enough for that matter. Afterward, he got punished. So that'll give BostonBrew the lead coming back up in the round. They get the key, and now we're going to my favorite room, the ballroom. And although these doubles are already kind of known to be a little bit difficult, to do them really optimally, you'll see BostonBrew did a little bit of a scare skip there. Which is pulling out the Game Boy Horror away from the ghost, and you don't get, Luigi doesn't get the scare animation. But these doubles, to do them optimally, is really tricky, to not suck up the mass off the wrong ones, and to make sure that you're getting your flashlight angles. It's a lot of finesse to this room, but both of them get their doubles just fine. And now we have this portion here. Early release, BostonBrew gets it. So he's going to go ahead and maintain his lead here. And a beautiful suck-up on the Dancing Ghost, might I say. And BiggyLee also gets early release. There's really no such thing as early release. It's just a regular release. We all say that there could be a different time. We're lying. It's all the same. Now that dry sarcasm is out of the way, there is such a thing as early release, and they both got it. Those ghosts can decide to spawn their hearts, show their hearts, I should say, 10 seconds later. For no reason, and it's great. But they both got early release, so no huge RNG elements so far really getting in the way of either runners. Also, you saw on BiggyLee's screen on the right side there, he got the poster through the wall. BostonBrew did earlier as well as I was talking. You'll see there's no poster on the button here coming up on BostonBrew's side because they sucked it up through the wall. Because he can, and it's fast. BiggyLee also missing that last double. Luckily, the pink puncher ghost, purple puncher ghost, although even though it's pink, did not despawn, so it didn't lose him too much time either. BostonBrew and BiggyLee now both releasing the booze into the mansion. You're going to need 40 to complete this category. It's not 100%. You don't need all 50. 15 of those boos are in our Area 3 boss, so we still need another 25 of them, which will be spread out into lit rooms, completed rooms rather, throughout the mansion. So now this has become a double ghost hunt. And boos are one of the main sources of RNG, or rather RNG management too, because their spawns are random, within set positions, 4 or 5 positions in a room sometimes. And it's all about how you manage it. And that's where a lot of runners kind of struggle. So there's a lump in the sheet here. There's a 50% chance that it's in that table. And it's not, which is kind of punishing for BostonBrew because he can't go for a tech skip. We'll see what happens with BiggyLee here. Luckily, he gets a second time. So there's no lump on BiggyLee's side. So he knows it's not in the table. He's going to try and set up a tech skip here where you get the boo and then you suck up the tablecloth after sucking up the boo, but before the text comes up. And you should see it here. Boom, just like that. EGAD decides not to talk to you because that tablecloth being sucked up is much more important. And good RNG here for BiggyLee again. You'll already see the gap kind of closing. That's just what happens. It can happen. BostonBrew was all the way on the left side, and I think there was a switch too, if I'm not mistaken. I was kind of watching BostonBrew's movement as I was talking, so it's hard to tell. But BiggyLee really right on BostonBrew's tail now. So the last 2 boos we need before our next kind of big chunk of stuff happening is going to be in the ballroom and the storage room that we were just in. They're going to go to the storage room first because it makes sense. Because that's the route. And we stick to the route here. We stick to the script here. They can only be in these boxes, so it's pretty straightforward to find the boo in this room. Shouldn't really have too much trouble. And get as close to the door as possible. I think BiggyLee was trying to manipulate the boo to go the other way, and it just wasn't really happening. Great RNG there for BostonBrew. You really want the boo to be in one of these first 2 chairs, and BiggyLee gets it as well. Very similar RNG in the last 3 rooms. But BiggyLee definitely got the better RNG in the first 2 rooms, specifically the second room, which his name escapes me. Someone will tell me someday. So now they're going to go over here. This room unlocks after getting 5 boos. Knock on the toilet. There's a key. Toad's crying. You don't talk to Toad. Let Toad cry forever. He probably deserves it. And you take a picture of a mirror. Take a picture of any mirror in the mansion. You warp back to the beginning of the mansion. Neat little thing you'll see a couple times. It's fast. So this is one of the more interesting rooms in the mansion. The ghosts are invisible, but you can see them in the mirror. If you know where they spawn, it really just doesn't matter. You just position yourself correctly and set up your singles and doubles accordingly. But it's a cool mechanic, I guess, for the casual playthrough. Getting grabbed on purpose to set up a double here. You're going to see that a lot. I don't know about a lot, actually, but you're going to see it a couple times. And there's the double. He actually gets it in the opposite way. It's kind of funny. And now what they're going to try and do here, in the painting. Painting's always the worst spot. So you're going to spawn the boo and then get the fire medallion out. And he's going to suck up this boo. Oh, he's avoiding the fire medallion, which is smart. The Boo didn't escape, which is nice too. And they're both doing this at the same time, actually, pretty much. They're going to save and quit, which actually skips all the fire medallion text, which is nice, because who wants to read all that? And it also sets the cycle for the butler, which we're going to see in a second here, to be pretty much as optimal as can be. The BiggyLee is having fun with this ghost bat here, just getting dragged. So they go back into this room here, grab the key by lighting all 4 candles. Yeah, race is definitely close so far, and I kind of expected it to be, and it is definitely shaping up to be that way. So now you'll see what I meant by that butler cycle. He should be pretty close to the edge. The further left he is, the longer it takes for him to walk where he's going. It also means probably the more time you kind of messed up. So like BiggyLee getting screwed by that bat a little bit, or whether he went right, I really honestly didn't quite see it. Left BiggyLee's butler all the way to the left. BostonBrew grabbing the hat immediately, opting not to get the, what do we call it? The chest cutscene skip using the hat. I think that's what we called it. That's what me and Lando decided officially. Official name. We'll see if BiggyLee goes for it. Ooh, just shines a flashlight and moves away a little early. So you see the chest cutscene on BostonBrew's side here. When BiggyLee missing a double actually still has time to make this right though, because the butler was all the way on the left side. That was interesting. I don't think he got the cutscene skip. It would be incredible, but he didn't. He really needs to get in that room though, because otherwise the butler is going to despawn, and he doesn't despawn. If that butler despawns, that's going to be a fat GG. So sad news is BiggyLee will see that chest cutscene again because he didn't get to open the chest, and he is struggling here to get the mouse hole. The text, yep, moving forward is definitely the right call. Probably was just like frustrated in the moment and didn't do it sooner, but an interesting setup here by BostonBrew. But he gets them all efficiently. It's fine. Oh yeah, there's a text cutscene, or not text cutscene. That's not a thing. It's kind of a thing. There's a text skip. If you suck up a boo going through the mouse hole, it's pretty easy, kind of self-explanatory. You go. Looks like BostonBrew might be trying to set up the laundry boo text skip. It will not happen here. Too far away from the wall. BiggyLee having trouble finding this boo on the right side. Does find it though, and gets bonked in the face. So it's interesting. I actually know in the past, I believe it was BiggyLee. Could be wrong. You know what? I'm not going to embarrass myself. I'm not going to say it. Because just in case I'm wrong, I'll leave you guys wondering in mystery forever. What about BiggyLee? What about him in the past? You'll never know. So you see Boston on the left side, activated all the instruments, and now we get to talk to Melody. Medley? Melody? I should know that. I should know the answer to that question. Yeah, the Super Mario Bros. 3 theme song. So that's going to be the bottom option. Can't read Japanese, but there's only 2 songs she can play, so it's pretty straightforward. And a very clean suck up too. Potentially great RNG as well if it's in this piano. Oh, it's switched. I think I actually might have switched into the cabinet on the top right, and I don't think he noticed it. Unless I'm wrong. I could just be wrong. I think he figured it out. I wasn't wrong. So this is a very long room. You don't want to have to walk all the way to the left when the boo is going to spawn back in the middle. It wastes a lot of time. He wasted a little time by walking to the middle already, not really noticing that boo switch, but that's okay because he didn't walk all the way to the left and then not know. So it still works out. Potential for the piano here, and BiggyLee really should check it before the boost switches. And it was. The boo was very nice not to switch there. Now Boston's going to be getting a second element, the water element. Now you spray water and fire. Not at the same time. That'd be cool. Nintendo doesn't like cool, though. Oh, Boo just switched. It's not going to be in that tablecloth because the Boo switched and there was already a lump in it. So you know that that's a diversion just kind of from that. It's hard to think about this stuff when like you're in the heat of the moment. It's very easy for me as a commentator to be like, oh, this happened. Oh, that could be awful. And it's not. It's fine. That Boo was very nice not to leave there. Very, very nice not to leave. They really should be grabbing water here as well before searching for the Boo. It looks like the Boo switched into the tablecloth. Really needs to hit that door. Not giving himself a lot of time to do so. Left him in an awkward position for the Boo, but he's still got it. Meantime, Boston got bit by the dog. That was on purpose. It sets up for the dog to be in the right position and close to the bone when you suck up. I think his name is Mr. Bones. I could be wrong on that one. I'm not good with the formalities and the names of characters. You'll see BostonBrew used his flashlight to stun the first ghost and kind of manipulate the position of the second ghost. Albeit not in the quickest manner. You could kind of move up left a little faster and that ghost will get there a little faster. But he did hold the first ghost in position and kept it spawned until the second skeleton ghost came up in the position and he got. He got. It was a nice clean double. You see BiggyLee kind of did the same thing there. Almost in the same fashion, too. Then we got our second area ghost, area boss even. Bogmire. Bogmire is a fun time. Very difficult. Loves to pull. Very hard like against Luigi to break away, making it kind of a deceptively difficult one cycle here. He's also on a timer as well, but it's fine. Boston got pulled a little bit kind of halfway through, but did hold on to the one cycle, held on to control. Kind of check out how BiggyLee does here on Bogmire. While Mr. BostonBrew himself is going through the area cutscene. Well, when BiggyLee immediately getting dragged, I'm expecting a breakaway, and there it is. Just like that, so quickly Bogmire can break away if you don't maintain control of him. And then his spawn is kind of awkward and a little bit random. But found him pretty quickly, was able to shoot him with the goop before he despawned again. And is going to get to the cutscene that BostonBrew is kind of going through now. So BiggyLee has a little bit of work to do to catch up here. Not going to say it's impossible, because Area 3 and Area 4, there are certain mistakes that you can make that can be very unforgiving. But he definitely has a lot of work to do if he wants to make this happen. Luigi's Mansion trivia. It's kind of awkward if I just like say it myself. Usually I have a co-commentator with me where I would go, hey, what's the name of the machine that EGAT is using to turn the ghosts into portraits? And then the person next to me would be like, oh, I don't know. Is it the ghost portrificationizer? And I'd be like, yeah, man, it's the ghost portrificationizer. Thank you, Skazi, for that meme, by the way. And yeah, it's the ghost portrificationizer. Make sure to remember that, chat. I'll be testing you. No pressure. So, beginning of Area 3 does set up a little bit more of like the lore of the game. You know, that thick, deep, intense Luigi's Mansion lore. Where Luigi comes into this little hidey hole here, And he's like, oh no, my brother's in a painting. Who would have guessed? And sure enough, his brother is in a painting, which, I mean, serves him right. Mario kind of sucks, let's be real. It's all pixelated and everything. But more importantly, you see BostonBrew get this ghost to walk up the ladder, and hopefully he skips being stumbled. He did get the Mario 64 treatment, it's true. Get all those pixels back. You need them all. So hopefully he skips the stumble here. You're going to see it. Oh, kind of. He skipped the stumble. It wasn't like the immediate... it wasn't the immediate flashlight skip, but he skipped the stumble. So it's the stumble skip-ish, we'll call it. And this is one of the optional portrait ghosts here on the left side. Biff Atlas. He could just keep lifting till the end of time. Sometimes you got to make gains. BostonBrew just electing to walk up the stairs instead of going for the water shot again. I disagree with that. Don't do that. BiggyLee, does he get the stumble skip? He does not. He stumbles. He just lost 26 years. Unbelievable. There's no chance of this man coming back anymore. It's not true. It's like a second. He just cannot. It's all happening, dude. That's it. He's getting a double. He's not getting a double. He used the water to push him. He's just going to wet them all. Wet the ghosts. That's the plan. You water the ghosts. Ghosts don't like water. They die. They die and they're already dead for him. It's a strat. Probably just a little bit of like a panic moment. Not sure what to do. And he's like, well, this works, I guess. Luckily, he does have time to spare. Although that gave BiggyLee a huge amount of like kind of catching up ability, I guess I could say. Catch up ability? Is that a word? And the RNG is so not... Oh, man. I believe the boost switched back into the left side, and he just can't spawn it. This is BiggyLee's moment. I said bad things can happen in Area 3. And here it is. BiggyLee is almost caught up at this point, especially if he gets good RNG here. Oh, Luigi freaking out. It can't be in the right drawer. My friend, no. Well, the boot didn't switch, so that's good. And then BostonBrew gonna go ahead and hit Nana with her yarn balls, because that makes sense. That's important. Listen, no one likes selling yarn. Is this game ever gonna be on the Switch? If Nintendo ever decides to stop being cowards and make GameCube Virtual Console? Otherwise, no. The arm ball is kind of giving BiggyLee a little bit of trouble too here. But he gets it. Bad RNG for Boston, I believe. It's kind of, you know, watching both sides here at the same time. I believe he had to go all the way back to the left side too. Nice clean Petunia suck up. Another one of those deceptively difficult ghosts. She can, she's a big girl. She's strong. She can just break away. Yeah, so BiggyLee really not that far behind now because of what happened in BostonBrew's tea room. It was definitely a much bigger gap beforehand. So you see BostonBrew setting up some doubles here. Getting the mask off of the Shy Guy ghost while the Grabber ghosts or the Orange ghost or whoever spawns the Orange ghosts. Not the Grabber ghosts. Grabber ghosts are next. Sorry. My bad. But yeah. Setting up those nice doubles. And then getting the grabber ghost on top sets up this double here. They both just kind of walk to the center trying to find Luigi. They found him. They also found their doom. That was a very good read. Reading the boo radar in this room around the candles is exceptionally difficult. It just sometimes just feels like it's wrong. But there was a very good read by BostonBrew there to find the second choice boo. And now, most important part of this game, they're going to blow up the moon. They're going to piccolo the moon. Ooh, BiggyLee's boo was very high in the air there. I think it's fine now, and I don't think he really double cackled. Yeah, it's fine. Could have been problematic. Speaking of problematic, BostonBrew missed the first moonshot. That is problematic. But hits the second one. Just another chance for BiggyLee to kind of catch up a little bit here. Let's see if BiggyLee gets it on the first shot. That'll be a nice little time save for him. Yep. Okay. Piccolo the F out of that moon. Okay, fine. Master Roshi did it too, but Piccolo did it cooler. I don't know. Master Roshi's pretty cool. So they got Mario Star, one of the 5 Mario items. I haven't really been talking about that too much, but you get the 5 Mario items to talk to the fortune teller later, who drops that deep lore about what's going on in the mansion and stuff. The most interesting part of the speedrun, let's be real. Now going over to the projector room, which is kind of the same gimmick as the mirror room from earlier, except instead of a mirror, now you just get like the shadows of the ghosts. But again, you can see the dust where they spawn, and if you just know where they spawn, it's more just like, oh, ghost is here. And get them. So it's something people probably struggled with as a kid a little bit, but for runners, it's just kind of like another room. With the doubles, getting grabbed, of course, to set up doubles, and then they'll get grabbed again to set up a triple as well. Walk to the bottom left a little bit, kind of swing it. Yeah, I was going to say, he kind of shook that ghost off wide, so it might be hard to get the double. And it didn't despawn either, so he's going to get grabbed again. At least it didn't despawn. Otherwise I was stuck. BiggyLee also just shook off a ghost wide as well. I don't know if they're using their control stick to shake off the ghost, but I would recommend the C stick. So you can really control the direction of where the ghost kind of comes off. Otherwise, it's just like shaking Luigi wildly, and the ghost can go all the way to the left or all the way to the right. Oh, BostonBrew did a save and quit. Interesting. It works, I guess. I wouldn't recommend that save and quit unless you're like low on fire, because having the fire element, I feel like, is much more important. It's not guaranteed to get it from the Neville room. You lose your element when you save and quit. He did get it partially because of the second try, boo. As long as you grab an item, like we did with the fire emblem earlier, as long as you grab an item at the same moment of that was really long text for BostonBrew, sorry. As long as you grab an item on the same time as sucking up a boo, you can save and quit and still keep that item. And 100% people will do it with gems, like the Van Gogh gem at the end, getting the boo, things like that. But in that case, I definitely, personally, don't think it was worth. He did get fire again, though, so I don't know. I haven't timed it. I'm just speaking from theoreticals here. So you vacuum the boxes to find out where the twins are hiding. Per Boston strats and how he checks things, that was the worst RNG. Sometimes people check them in different orders, so Based on how you check it, it can be a little different. And it was not great for BiggyLee either. It wasn't the worst, but suddenly we're in the same room as each other, which is kind of interesting. The race got closer. Expect the unexpected. And accidentally leaving the room instead of trying to check the top left spot there. That's kind of funny. BiggyLee is probably going to get run over by a car here. Just kidding. I lied. I'm a big liar. A big, dirty liar. Don't listen to me. Because none of that happened. He did get hit by a plane, though, while I was talking about BostonBrew leaving the room. Oof, the boost switching. Yeah, boost switching can be a thing. You don't, they're on a global timer, and it just kind of it is what it is. But, you don't want it to happen, obviously. All the way in the crib. I feel like reading the radar would have helped a little better in BiggyLee's situation there. But he checked the spots relatively quickly for what he was doing. Yep, tech skip there for BostonBrew. Pretty easy tech skip. Although I have seen quite a few misses in this tournament of that tech skip. And probably a little better RNG for BiggyLee here too. 36-28 entrance. Let's see what BiggyLee's is. Like 36-43 or something. 44? 45? 46? About an 18-second difference. Okay, so now we have Fortune Teller. Pretty much what's happening between both of these screens here is they're turning in the 5 Mario items, and the Fortune Teller is like, oh, ghosts, there's King Boo and your brother's in a portrait and Bowser's here, and it's all scary, and oh no, you gotta stop this, Luigi. Wow, and that's pretty much it. So what I can tell you while that's going on is this is loser bracket round 1. If you want, type !LM, and you should be able to see the bracket as well as the schedule of races that are going on for this tournament. Directly after this on twitch.tv/speedgaming, the main channel, you're going to have another race between Radioactive Fog and Dice Roll. And that is going to be, I believe, a losers round 2 match. It is. Commentated by the lovely Fook Johnson, and he is just a pleasure. So if you're into LM, there is more coming up after this on the main channel. So after you talk to the Fortune Teller Ghost 5 times, she's like, "Put me in your vacuum," and she's kind of weird because she doesn't really fight, but it kind of makes it awkward. This Boo's gonna escape. BostonBrew is in a bad way here. That Boo is gone. Wow. Never mind. I take it all back. Anyways, what I was saying about BiggyLee's is, or not BiggyLee, the Fortune Teller is she is a little bit awkward because she doesn't fight the vacuum, and you kind of have to suck her up in a different way. A lot of people use C-stick there, where during the rest of the run we kind of use control stick. It's interesting. Because she's like, take me. She just doesn't care. She served her purpose. So grabbing ice again while heading up to the safari room. You're going to be real sad if you don't grab ice, because it is a long, sad walk back down. I know many people who have not grabbed that ice, including myself when I started running, and felt pretty sad about it. Safari room is kind of a cool room because you get little element skips where you don't have to watch them freeze for 5 seconds. Instead, you just kind of spray them, and then you push a double together, which is you could only really do that with the garbage ghosts, and it's kind of cool. There's just some cool tech in this room. I like it. I'm a big fan. That's the sound of a heart getting stuck inside a weird corner. It's a fun sound. And a nice double from BiggyLee too. RNG is not being so nice to BostonBrew here. Oh, and a poison mushroom spawns. First one we've seen today. Looks like it won't be a problem here, though. If you get hit, you become small Luigi. You're just kind of stuck for 10 seconds, and it's the worst 10 seconds of your life, objectively speaking. Now coming up to our third area boss, Bulossus, conglomeration of 15 boos. And then make one big boy. The big boy boo. And what you want to do, I'll kind of explain it as it's going, but you want to pop the boo, which you do in the movement, go all the way to the left side, shoot an ice shot, and then hopefully you have sprayed most, if not all, the boos with that ice shot. Is the plan. BostonBrew kind of taking an interesting path around, but it works. He did it. So now you see he's angled for the ice shot. If anything, he's angled a little bit to the left, though. I don't know if, although he is. Yeah, so he's spraying to try and recover here. He looks like he's probably not going to get the one cycle. He might be able to clutch it out right here, though. Oh, he went for the... And if he didn't go for the out of bounds boo there, he probably could have clutched out the one cycle if he went for the boo on top instead, but it's rough. Still fine, he'll get a quick 2 cycle here. BiggyLee being definitely a smart move there, trying to spray the remainder of the boos. Oh, and he clutches out the 1 cycle. This boo just needs to come down and get its justice. Bam, just like that, BiggyLee makes up a lot of time. It was a beautiful recovery on what was kind of a slow start to his Bulossus fight. It makes up a bit of time there, not having to go through the animation of popping Bulossus again. A slow 1 cycle is still technically faster than a fast 2 cycle. So really, we're right there. We're close. Chat, quiz time. I told you earlier, what is the name of the machine that EGAD uses to turn the ghosts back into those lovely pictures that you see? No pressure, but you're banned if you don't get it. No Googling either. No Google. I should like the Jeopardy theme. So, it is the Ghost Portrificationizer. Yosher LM wins all of Luigi's Mansion. Enjoy it. So now we're in Area 4. Yeah, the spelling was not great. Listen, we don't care. It's fine. It happens. It's the thought that counts. So Area 4's the beginning is rather boring, I'll be honest with you. We're gonna level with you here, stream. SpeedGaming 2. It's a lot of walking back and forth. Gotta walk all the way to the top. Gotta walk all the way to a mirror. And you gotta walk all the way back up to the top after getting Grimly. And the cellar, boo, whatever. And turn the power on. Anyway, it's a lot of walking. But I'll be here with you through it all. We'll get through it together. You and me. Whoever you may be. Don't ever try and open doors on ceilings. The lightning will literally hit the mansion. Your mansion. Or house. Not everyone lives in a mansion. I get it. So now that the power is off, you'll see BostonBrew actually turning his flashlight in certain ways to stop ghosts from spawning. If ghosts spawn, Luigi gets scared. Luigi's scare animation is capital SLOW, slow. We don't like going slow here at twitch.tv/speedgaming 2. Like that, like everything that's happening now on screen. So we're coming up to Grimly, who can either show his heart immediately, which he didn't, or pretty close though. That was really fast. Or he can take like 50 seconds, and that's cool. The longest recorded was 40 something seconds though. Oh, BiggyLee's is taking time, that's for sure. All right, there it is. We like to call that unnecessary time loss. It's my favorite. So now BostonBrew, you see going to the bottom of the mansion. Some may even call it the basement. To turn on the power. Get that power going. There we go. No more spooky ghosts in places we're not expecting them. Just in places we're expecting them instead. And then into the cellar room. I don't think we'll see a double, but maybe he'll set up the double. That is not the double. Didn't really expect to see it. But a double is possible in that room. See if BiggyLee goes for it. Ooh, he does not. Ooh, a lot of double cackles. There's no chance here that this is a one cycle for BostonBrew. It's a one cycle. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to anything I say. I don't know anything about this game. I am just here to accompany you all through the journey that we are going through together here. All right, they both got a Cellar Brew one cycle. That's kind of an important one. Now, another long walk. Back up to the top. We're going to go after what's called the Toy Soldier ghosts. There are 3 of them. They are mean, not nice. They like to hit you with their little stick thing. And it's just, yeah, not nice. Not nice ghosts. There's a lot of area 4 as we go through. You're going to kind of just like not see done because we don't need to for this category. There's a lot of rooms that are like, not necessary. Of course, the toy soldiers are activated. And try and get into the corner here. It's the place you want to be. Being in the corner is very helpful for these ghosts. And you'll see he's going to play nice and safe. It's possible to do a double on the last toy soldiers, but it is difficult to say the least. And that guy was stuck on the little house there. So you see, when you're not in a corner, these guys like to pull in a lot of different directions. Definitely makes for a much tougher time and a bigger chance to break away, which nobody really wants that. I see BiggyLee kind of getting pulled too. Gains control back. BostonBrew not doing the Boston burn. Yes, he is. It's his thing. It's technically not faster, but it sure as hell looks cool. Boston Brew does the Boston Burn. I mean, it kind of makes sense, right? So it is fast. Oh, wow. BiggyLee actually just got hit by the fire on that. That is a big sad boy's moment. He's running away, but one of the ghosts might despawn if he keeps going, and he got it. He even did a little stun there to keep it. Good little recovery. But yeah, Boston, just burning the Shy Guys is faster, but back in the day, we all did the Boston Burn because Boston Brew came up with it. That's a long time ago, mind you. As he pays homage. So Armory Room is a tricky one. It's not a fun one to mess up because the frame rate is extra slow in here. I think the game just like kind of can't keep up with how many objects there are in here. Oof. Looks like BiggyLee's gonna get wrecked too. He's just going one at a time here. Is he setting up a triple all the way up here? He's gonna get hit. Oh, the iframe from the suck up. Ooh, Boston Brew, if this boo escapes, is not fun. And a double cackled, it's out. So if it goes to the right, it's not a good day. It went back to the left. Very lucky for Boston Brew there. It was scary for a second. But he will just save and quit now. This boo is a little awkward because of the frame rate of the room. It kind of changes the timing of how we usually do our ARP. Oh my god. BiggyLee's fine. Everything's fine. Oh, and he didn't save and quit. Oh, now he has to pull off the mirror. Warp. Big slow boys moment. Probably just like a mashing accident, but like it happens. Joven, this has been a wild ride, my dude. So, pipe room is not necessary to complete the no out of bounds run anymore. It's not part of the modern route. So you see they just take physical abuse from the grabber ghosts and get straight over to the wheel to get the chest spawn because you do need the key. Although it looks like BiggyLee almost set up to do the triple there and is still doing it? Question mark? Question mark? Does BiggyLee go for Pipe Room Boo instead of Angor Boo? Question mark? If he does go for Pipe Room Boo, he's made kind of a mistake here. Yeah, he goes for Pipe Room Boo. Unless if he one cycles, it's fine. But if he doesn't one cycle, and okay, well, it didn't happen. This boo needs to go to the left, or BiggyLee's in for a bad day. Okay. I know I haven't been talking about Boston screen, but things are happening on BiggyLee's screen right now. So if that boo is skate, escaped into the Van Gore room, that would have been really bad for BiggyLee because he had already grabbed the key. So he just have to sit and wait for the Boo to despawn before he could go back into the Van Gore room. And that would not be fun. Now, I'll be honest. Going for Piper Boo is kind of old boy strats. Is a much older version of the route. But if you're more comfortable with it, I mean, no, it's not really fast either, so. But I will say, if BostonBrew messes up Van Gore Boo, then BiggyLee's going to be happy that he got Piper Boo. Because Van Gore Boo is definitely a pain if you mess it up. Oh, speaking of Boos getting messed up. And he was standing in a position where he actually manipulated the Boo up to the pipe room. If you stand kind of up and to the left, that Boo, if you can mess it up, should manipulate to the right. Usually. But he should save and quit here, hopefully. Because it's a long walk back, and he will. He doesn't need to grab Fire Element on his way up, but should be fine still. BostonBrew getting his triples. That's what Van Gore room is mostly. Accidentally burning one. But it's fine. It works. Nothing despawned. Everything is A-okay. Only 2 triples left. The garbage goes triple, which can be tricky for some people. And one does despawn. As long as you get 2 of them, it's usually pretty okay to manage. If you only get 1 of them, ooh, slips on a banana. Unfortunate. If you only get 1 of them, then 2 garbage ghosts running around is an actual nightmare in this room. Because of all the bananas that spawn and all that stuff, it's just like, no, thank you. All right. So you see BostonBrew finishing up the Van Gore fight, at least, as BiggyLee is just starting it. Now, BiggyLee has all the boos that he needs, so once he finishes this fight, he's done. BostonBrew here does still need to get the Van Gore Boo with a 300 health Boo, ideally done within 2 cycles. Now, sometimes that cannot happen. It has to be 2 very good cycles. So kind of watching the left side here a little bit. And a very good first cycle, 139 is nice. A little bit of a double cackle should be fine considering the health. BiggyLee actually struggling with the triple there. And BostonBrew, yeah, nice clean 2 cycle. Definitely what he needed. Kind of what BiggyLee didn't need. But BiggyLee will be finishing up with the triples. BostonBrew now heading to the final boss. Another advantage of getting the Van Gore Boo instead of the Piper Boo is after you get Van Gore Boo, you can just save and quit. We're going to see BiggyLee actually has to whatchamacallit, he has to walk down to the Safari room and then mirror warp, which is definitely slower than save warping in this situation. Part of the reason why going for Van Gore Boo is just, it's the strat. Unless you go for Breaker Boo, then you're crazy. So BiggyLee making his way out. BostonBrew, as long as he 2 cycles, should finish up with a... Was it 2 minutes? I don't remember now. It's 2 minutes, right? With a 1-on-1 20 something. I forgot the time. He talked to him now. As long as he 2 cycles. Now, King Boo can be unforgiving. Very unforgiving. 500 health on King Boo. Once you get, ideally finish in 2 cycles, 250 health each. Now what you want to happen is get, 250 or close to it. What can happen though is a 3 cycle, and there are 2 different 3 cycles. There's the slow 3 cycle where you mess up your first cycle, you can't get a 2 cycle, and you keep King Boo above 200 HP on the 2nd cycle and then finish it up on the 3rd cycle. The alternative is messing up your 2nd cycle, and that can be really, really slow. So we definitely don't want to see that happen, because then Bowser puts his head on backwards, he runs around like an animal. But let's see how Boston's first cycle goes here. BiggyLee is not mashing! He walked up to King Boo, and oh man. So BostonBrew 316 knows there's no way of 2 cycling here, so he's gonna go for the fast 3 cycle, which is keeping King Boo above 200 HP here. And 208, that should be fine. He's going to take... Oh! Dangerous game, BostonBrew. Dangerous game. So now he needs to finish up this Boo on this cycle. King Boo. Otherwise, big oof from me, dog. But he should be able to... 200 health, they really should be fine. He says commentator's curse don't happen. Please, don't make me that guy. Just finish it. Don't get hit by the ice. And he does it, and that's going to be a 101.46 on BostonBrew's side. And he will advance in the tournament. And be invited to talk with me. Ooh, the spike ball actually got hit by the fire there. It was just a little bit late on the spike ball throw. Now he's in an awkward position, BiggyLee, as he finishes this up. Because the next spike ball throws are going to be awkward, and he doesn't have a lot of room to work with here on King Boo. Kind of fighting the edge a little bit. Gets frozen as well. Yeah, so he's going to have to go for a 3 cycle as well. Once you get frozen, it's automatic 3 cycle. You see the spike ball is kind of in a weird position. Bowser moving ever so close to the edge here. Woo-wee.
Hello.
In the meantime, I got BostonBrew here, who won.
Hey, buddy.
Hello.
How's it going?
It's going okay. How are you doing?
I'm just alright.
Just alright. Well, you won.
That's true.
And BiggyLee here's got a 3 cycle with 251 HP left here, so give me 1 second here.
Is he gonna PB?
No. No? What's his PB? It is a 103 something, isn't it?
It's a 103 something.
Well, he's in a tough position here. He is stuck in the corner on the King Boo boss fight. With 250 HP on a cycle. He's going for it. He's pumping a little early, and I think that's going to hurt him. 8 HP left. Oof. Oof! And I think that'll kill his PB too. Big sad boys moment for us all. So Boston, you won. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I think I've said that 3 times now, as I've been distracted by gameplay on the right side. 103.49. He split a little early though, but and that's it. He'll be invited in here too. How do you think things went? How was your life? How was?
So this is how it went. Area 1 was not great.
That Chauncey though.
Yeah, let him go at 49 was definitely a
big sad boys moment.
A kick in the head.
That's okay, because you know what? Even comparing between each other, it really wasn't that. It wasn't that bad. Are you playing on GameCube?
Yeah, of course.
Oh,
Yeah, the game audio was too loud and I couldn't hear you, so I had to like turn it up and turn the game off. Nice calming GameCube BIOS.
Because what I was going to say earlier is I think BiggyLee also, at least he used to play on GameCube. I don't know if he still does.
I have the fastest, like, proven GameCube time for 100%, I believe, and maybe any percent. I don't know. No one else like proves that they play on GameCube. Most people just play on Wii, or mistakenly say that they play on GameCube.
So yeah, I mean, Area 1 happened, but overall, I mean, sure, there were things here and there, but you know, it wasn't.
So Area 2 was really good. Like,
yes,
I got the early release, and then what happened was the rest of the run, I got some really bad boo luck. I felt like I was getting bad boo luck all the time.
Yeah, you had a lot of bad boo luck, a lot of switches. You had
so many switches.
That global timer was not your friend.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what I did. Must have been the dead % attempt I did before I started the race that screwed up the global timer.
There it is. That's
or something. Memory card. You never know.
He's just sitting down there, and we're gonna bring him up here.
Hey.
Heyo.
Yep.
So, Mr. BiggyLee, hello.
Hello.
What is your PB time?
I believe it is 102.53. That's what it says on the.
Oh.
The one on the leaderboard is not accurate. Video of that run.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So we were just all wrong. So you said, were you not able to do your regular round 1 race? Because you said this was your first tournament race.
Yeah, I overslept for that one. I just missed it.
Nailed it.
That's why I called this narcolepsy %.
Oh, that's funny. It makes sense now.
We both got up. Yay, we did it. We both.
Good job, boys.
So unfortunately, you are out of the tournament. Big sad boys moment, but it was actually a pretty close race. It started off like, Area 1 is Area 1, but Area 2, there was like a big gap in between you two. Like, I was like, all right, well, this is the rest of the race. And then BostonBrew's tea room happened.
The tea room?
And
I didn't have the... Sorry, keep going.
And it got close again. I don't know if you had the stream up or not.
I had it up like Area 3 onwards. I didn't have it up for Areas 1 and 2.
So definitely it was a moment, unfortunately, for Boston where it switched and then I couldn't find it, and then it was just like a sad boys moment. Bring flame down upon, or water down upon thy ghosts. But it got close again, and it was actually quite an exciting race all the way through, even to the end. I have a question though. Pipe room boo.
Yeah. That's supposed to be one of the easiest boos to one cycle in the game, and I cannot.
But it's not.
No. I don't know. Like, it's slow. It moves slow, and you're supposed to be able to manipulate it. I don't know. I don't know how pipe room boo works.
Give your boy Van Gorboo a try. He's fun. He's a fun boy. I don't know. I thought it was a good race all the way through. It was interesting for sure. A lot of things happened. That being said, so Mr. BiggyLee, we see your departure from the tournament.
Right.
No more oversleeping.
Nope.
You can sleep as much as you want. And from there, BostonBrew, you go on to losers round 2. Up against Ginger Cookies. How are you feeling going up next round?
Winnable race. I'm not gonna say I like my chances, but I feel like it's gonna be close.
There's definitely a big seeding difference, for sure.
Honestly, it's like a coin flip.
Yeah, but should be interesting, and I look forward to it next week, probably, right? Oh well, no, you're in round 2. You can schedule that like now.
Maybe try to sneak it in quicker than the distance between this race and my last race, because my last race was like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. So I'm not going to take too much more of the time because there's actually another race going on right now, which I kind of want to redirect people toward.
Can I mention something I was concerned about?
Sure. Give me your
I had
concerns.
gotten-
Give me your love.
It was the last few streams I had a save and quit crash happen 3 different times on the Vanguard Boo.
Oh, good.
Yeah, great place to crash, right?
Yes.
And it would happen when I would save and quit and then enter the door or like exit, the door exiting Van Gore's room. It would cause the game to crash. So I was like very careful this race to like catch the boo and just save and quit and not go through the door because I think that's what was crashing the game because I thought it was my disc and then I have another disc, so I put another disc in and nope, it did the same thing. I'm like, oh my god, please, yeah,
Still, all in all,
so we didn't crash the game. I'm happy about that. It didn't crash. You thought this game was uncrashable. That was very wrong.
So that being said, didn't crash. Good. We had a nice solid race. And there's another race going on right now at twitch.tv/speedgaming. So that is between Radioactive Fog and Dice Roll, commentated by the legendary Foop Johnson.
Well, why you're not watching that right now is
exactly. So we're going to go over there. I recommend you do as well. If you like Luigi's Mansion and you like very intricate commentary. And follow the runners, as always. And we will see you on the next race, which is right now.
Yeah. GG, Biggie.
GG, Boston.
GG, and have a great rest of your day, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.